A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields when the age of men comes crashing down. But it is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand! Men of the West!
Hello everybody, I'm The Last Pretender, and today we're on turn 71 of our great comeback series with MA Man. If you recall last time, we tried to have a big climactic battle with Ulm, but he juked us and has gone for our throne. It is a new player playing him, but I'm pretty sure he kind of knows the situation that Master and Slave needs to be something he's worried about because he's been casting Tempering Will and that sort of thing. Which is going to help pump up his magic resist to be sure. And we'll take a look at that at some point in time during this episode. And how that functions. We're doing pretty good. We're trying to hold off Ulm's big seas of power, and then hopefully we can win that and then try and get some actual land, as Ulm has been struggling with the coalition that's formed against him, though not a lot of people have really gone in hard against him except for Nabaa, and Nabaa has yielded some pretty darn good rewards. Anyway, he sieged our throne down. We have a throne province, that of which the fort got sieged down. It's totally shattered because he sent over 1,000 troops at it, and we're going to send our big giant army to just and see who wins. So with no further ado, so our Mound Fiend, if you'll recall, we gave him the Sword of Unholy something. I don't know, the Death Sword. It's evil or whatever, but gives you a +1 to Priest. We gave that to our Mound Fiend so that way he could claim the Outer Throne, which is our underwater throne. So it's going to give us a +3 to Astral Pearl production, which is pretty good. We do some site searching. Don't really find anything, but so it goes. We have a battle. I don't realistically remember what happened in this battle. Looks like nothing. We're just retaking a province with our Iron Angel. We're just taking a province with our Iron Angel. That's right, I remember. If you recall, there's a province a little bit into the Ulm's territory that I was going to take with that. And this should be, I believe this is our big battle that we have. Yeah. So, big spooky toopy battle. So, let's take a look at our opponent here. Lots of these guys here, of these black plate infantry. Tons of those. The reason you use the flails is because flails get double the attacks. So that's why. He's also sporting a bunch of guardians who all have magic attacks. They're really good against sacreds, but joke's on you because sacreds don't fight in the front line of my army. So lots of these clockwork horrors. Now the thing about clockwork horrors, if you were to look at them, you might think that they're kind of overpowered because they're like dual wielders, they hit hard, and they're pretty cheap to get. But they do have a thing, if I can find it. Here we go. Yeah, exhaustion 15. So they gain like 15 fatigue like every turn. So it actually does not take long for them to just clock out. Right? The idea is supposed to be that you wind them up and then they stop. And so they actually, in long drawn out battles, get burned down pretty quick. And that's part of the reason why he's smart to put them all on the front line, right? Because, you know, let them fight till they die kind of deal. Like these guys back here will probably do nothing. He's got a bunch of these guys. One other thing I forgot to mention is that I did send in a Nature Mage to cast Beastmaster, which is going to try and convert a bunch of these scorpions to my side. And I think like these guys are actually, yeah, these guys are animals as well. So it'll actually try to convert these dudes too. So that'd be cool, because they're all animals. He's got some living statues, which are there. Not really exciting. They're inanimate. I don't know, they're resistant to stuff. Not terribly exciting of a unit. And that's kind of what he's got going on. Important stuff are going to be like this this Troll King right here, who's going to be pretty powerful, and obviously the Queen of Storms. So this Tartarian is just a dude. Yeah, just a dude. No big deal. In our corner, you can see we've got some Black Plate infantry ourselves. Some Landless Knights, of course. Got some Yetis lined up. You've kind of seen all this stuff before, I think. Or maybe I'm just tired of looking at it because I see it so much. But we got some Gnomes and some Log Green Wisemen. Lots and lots of Daughters of Avalon and Mothers of Avalon. So daughter, mother. We've got like this lady in particular who's going to be casting Fog Warriors as soon as possible. So in case he does like some Earthquake shenanigans, which it doesn't look like he realistically will. Oh! One thing I forgot to mention right here is his god. Boom! Albert Einstein. There he is. Juiced to Kingdom Come. So we're going to see what kind of spells he's going to be casting. But we've got some Astral Mages to try and snipe him. See how that goes. And we've got over here. We've got... Nope. We've got the very lovely Grace Kelly, who is taking damage somehow. I don't know why. Oh, it's because she's got a Dominion bonus right now, and she just hasn't generated back up her HP yet. She hasn't actually taken damage. And she's going to be casting the Master and Slave. So, let's go ahead and get the party started, shall we? Oh, and I've also got casting like Mauls of the Earth and stuff to try and pop any Fog Warriors. So, now this is Tempering Will. So you can see right here that Tempering Will is going to give him a +4 to magic skills, to magic resistance. So the way it works is that there's actually a penetration roll, and if you fail it, then you gain the magic resist. If your unit already has pretty good magic, the idea being that if your unit already has pretty good magic resist, this isn't going to help them. But if they have bad magic resistance, then this is actually going to increase their MR. So he basically spams that out. I believe Albert casts it, I want to say. Are you the one casting this, Albert? No. Somebody else is, and God help me, I ain't going to look for him. So, look at that, he brought a little mason. Alright. So, some spells getting cast. You can see some of his dudes coming through. Now, I'm pretty sure. Nope. Very interesting. So, spells that we've cast. Master Generation got cast. Mass Flight got cast. Air Shield got cast. Or Aerofend got cast. Thunderfend got cast. Poison Resist is up. So, we've got Wailing Winds going down. He's cast Rain of Stones, which would be a problem. But fortunately, like I said, we do have the Air Shield up. So that's going to reduce the amount of guys who get smoked by that. And then boom. There goes Fog Warriors. Now you notice these skeletal hands, which are not great. And let's see if I can find somebody who got it. What it is... Alright, well, screw it. I mean, what it is it's a spell that I'm pretty sure one of my... let's see what happens if... maybe now that it's over. Does it show? It doesn't show, but it's a spell that reduces your strength permanently. In fact... I don't know. I have no idea. Somewhere in the world it happened. I don't know where it happened. It happened to... Some people failed it. I don't know who, but some people did. They usually have, like... I think they have a little symbol by them that's, like, permanently weakened, it'll say, or something. But... I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't affect that many troops. For whatever the reason. So, that's exciting. Anywho, you can see lots of spells going down, like you can see here, like these guys are getting Strength of Giants cast on them. Some guys are going to take to the sky, some meteors are going to fall. Now this is something that I had forgotten about. Tremendous mistake on my part. Which is that I'd forgotten that with mass flight, if you just have them set to like attack whatever, they will actually fall in and amongst your troops. And this is going to get a fuckload of mages killed. This is so bad. So bad. Like look at all this. Like, I mean, like, all these mages are basically going to die. Like, all these ladies are basically screwed. So this is tremendously bad. But we'll go ahead and continue to play it and see how it goes. So you can see a little bit though, like some of his scorpions and stuff have been converted. I did convert some of his scorpions and stuff, and I think even I thought I had converted some of his little dog-looking fellas, but maybe I didn't. Anyway, so you can see right here, all kind of dudes all up in my grills. He's getting regeneration or something cast on his guys. So all this is going on. Boom. So fortunately, Grace Kelly, which is somewhere in the world. Yeah, she's right here. Grace Kelly, there she is, doing her thing. She does get she is protected, and she does get off because I gave her guards, and so she is gonna get this spell off. And you can see just a ton of his troops get converted, probably around 40-50%, even with their increased magic resistance, right? So a huge conversion going down. That's really helpful. And some meteorites coming down. And yeah, you can see that now the battle is just an absolute mosh pit. But there are more of my guys than his guys. You can see, like, over here, weapons of sharpness coming down, and that is going to have a significant impact. We can take a moment to see. Yeah, like, so if we can see, right, like, you can see, like, Landless Knight, damage 21 versus 10 protection instead of the 20, which is going to get through. It's going to negate a lot with Mist Form, but, you know, enough are going to get through to start popping them. And, yeah. You can also see that his guys are getting fatigued very quickly. I mean, these guys are at 70 fatigue. You guys are at 56 fatigue. So they're going to fatigue out pretty fast compared to my guys. So the big, ugly mosh pit. You can see his guys are just starting to get overwhelmed. My guys are landing in and amongst them, particularly whenever, like, you know, you've got knights that have which pop the Mist Form, you know. That's a big deal. And have weapons of sharpness. So you can see his guys kind of getting surrounded. So we do win the Mosh Pit battle. So spells like Heat from Hell and stuff do not go off, even though I had planned for them. Because they all got butchered up because I did a terrible job positioning my troopers. Anyway, yeah, you can see the rest of his Clockwork guys are just going to get cut down. They're all fatigued out. So you can see, like, all his Clockwork guys, they're all fatigued out. And my dudes are just going to surround and chop them up in little bitty pieces. So, very nice win. Very nice win. There we go. Most of my guys are going to regenerate their HP. Oh yeah, I converted some of these dog boys. Like this guy. Okay. So, if we take a look here, we can see bad losses. Bad freaking losses. Okay? 12 Daughters of Avalon. Oof. 16 Mothers of Avalon. Oof. Our Flame Spirit, gone. Our hero, the Blind One, gone. Okay? Crone of Avalon, 2 out of 3 died. So, really bad, as far as that goes. As far as our actual soldiers go, though, you know, the wizard died, went pretty great. We gained 406 troops. 406 troops is a good number to gain. It's a good number to gain. We like that. For him, he did not lose a ton of Master's Myths, honestly. He only lost 13. I mean, it's just, you know, a good number. But, yeah, he still has 20 left. Lost, I mean, Blackblade Infantry just Clockwork Horrors are all dead. And those were his big killers. I mean, just tons of troops gone. An absolute bloodbath, to be sure, for his troops. Now, I'll go over something in a second about that. But our undefended province in the Mines of Despair got killed, which sucks. And I'll go over why that sucks in a second. Over here, we've got Nabaz taking a place that I tried to take with my Iron Angel, but I put the wrong armor on him. So that's sad. That's sad news for me. A vampire came and took over a province, which is awesome. Got some gems. Found a magic site. There's the vampire taking over stuff. This is my poor monk getting killed by some more Ind guys. This is interesting little troopers. I'm really tempted to play Ind. Ind seems like a cool nation. God, look at this unit. That's a cool freaking unit. That's like just as good as my knights. Not just as good. Because the protection sucks. But still a cool unit all the same. I'm actually kind of hyped. We started to destroy a fort in Dead Forest. It's cool. And some of our troops are now getting diseased. So that's awesome. So, because he took this province from us, because he took the Mines of Despair, not all of his it would have killed like his whole army. His army would have had a total wipe. But because he sent in a force to go retake this, it wasn't a total wipe. So that kind of sucks for us. I hadn't thought about it. But there we are. There we are. So that sucks. Some of our own troops who are now these dudes have fled. This is my army, and now we're starting to suffer from supply issues, which kind of blows. So we're gonna go ahead and start moving some troops around, trying to get a bunch of these ladies to come on over to kind of lower the supply usage a little bit. Same thing going over for here. We're gonna try and ship as many mages as we can over to this province to try and recover the tremendous loss of mages. I mean, God, that sucked real bad. What was it, like 30-something mages we lost? 12, 16. I mean, that's 28 right there. 30, 31, 32. I mean, we lost 33 mages. That's a lot. That's a lot of freaking mages, man. So we're going to try and recover that. Go ahead and put everybody on full bore recruitment for mages. Basically shut down recruitment of anything else, and just try to get as many mages as we can. Trying to ship as many mages as we can. Our research sucks some more. That's wonderful news. These ladies are moving over to here, and they're going to get transported over to here. We should be able to recover pretty fast, a couple of turns, but it did suck that we lost that many mages. But I will say, if we take a look at the score graph and look at the army, bad loss for Ulm. Bad loss for Ulm. And I think I think that hurt Ulm tremendously. Province-wise, still everybody's kind of okay, except for Nabah, who took a whole bunch. Ulm is starting to bleed them hard, and I'm going to start taking a shitload of stuff from Ulm. Is at least my dream. We'll see how that goes. But we're continuing to awaken Vinemen and use the Soul Stone thingy, Call the Wild onto here to just try and build up a whole bunch of doggies and stuff, and Vinemen. Maybe use them to fight later. I don't know. Something worth trying. They're free, right? Nah, I like free units. Right here, this fortification is under siege now. Oh, I forgot to mention, got a whole bunch of magic items. A whole bunch. To the point that, like, yeah, now I got this situation going on. So I got a lot of magic items happening. We've begun to siege on this fortification, which is nice. Yeah, this is where we are. So, we'll see how it goes. It should pop in 2 or 3 turns. I'm going to go ahead and send my Mound King over to here, with the idea being that once we take this province, he can jump on over onto this throne and nom it up. So that would be good. And that's kind of all we got going on. The biggest thing right now is that we're trying to just push as many troops as we can to go reinforce this army that of which suffered so many casualties. Grayscale is going to cast the Dome of Arcane Protection or whatever it is again and just sit here. Everybody else is going to go ahead and just regroup right here and then begin our next push. So, a victory, though it could have been a lot better. Otherwise, that's kind of all I got to say about we've finally built our Alchemist Guild, and we've got Alchemists coming out, so that's nice. We've got Astral Mages now. We're going to start getting churned out there. Skulls of the Mentor still getting made and everything like that. Mirrodin is still going to be forging us as many weird, unique items as he can. I think what he's going to be getting right now is going to be the Sword of Many Colors. Is that what he's forging? I think he's forging the Sword of Many Colors. I don't really know how true that is, but I think that's what he's forging, which is really great because, you know, gives us a little more flexibility and a little way to power up guys who are elemental. And that's pretty much all I got going on right now. Are we keeping the Ring of Sorcery? No. Grace Kelly took off the Ring of Sorcery because she might get horror marked and killed at any point in time. Got some Gate Cleavers. That's nice. It's going to help with the sieging. I think this is not going to be a real big issue. I'm not terribly concerned about this province right here. We're going to go ahead and round up the troops again and begin another push. Hopefully, it'll go well. So let's hop on over to turn 72. It's 20 minutes looking at one turn, so that's awesome. So, looks like we got a long one ahead of us. So we got, you know, Awakened Vineman, Call of the Wild getting spammed out so that we can build up an army of chaff, of nothingness. Dome of Arcane Warding, as I said. We're going to summon another Flame Spirit because one of ours died. So, that's cool. Got some Arcane Probing going down. Bunch of units died on the march, which is unfortunate. We can see here some more shenaniganry going on. This Hydromancer actually got bought by Nabah, I think. Not really curious about that. But, yeah, so we lost some Blood Slaves. I don't know. Suddenly, Bogus and his fellow adventurers decide to aid an old wise man whose daughter was held captive by your blood mages. I mean, listen, I can't get rid of them. It's not like I can do something with these things. So, you know, good for them. I'm not going to sacrifice them. Was the Fairy Court burned by local lord? Man, we hate fairies. That is the situation of my local lords. Just hate these fairies, man. We did breach the Dead Forests, so we're going to be able to hopefully try and seize that throne. And we're still fucking diseased right here. You can see lots of diseases happening with our poor people. They're going to go march on over to here. At some point in time, I don't really know. I don't really know what the frick I'm doing. But we're going to continue to send in more troops. You can see more of these ladies coming on in. And once they come on in, they should get lower than the supplies here. So that way our supply usage should balance out and everyone should stop starving to death. Which would be pretty cool. As we kind of... Our army has basically gotten rebuilt pretty quickly. We've got, as you can see, just a ton of mages. Just a bunch. It got rebuilt pretty quick, and we're sending in some more. I mean, just right here, you're looking at 9 coming in. And then, you know, we've probably got... This lady finally got her flying... Her winged boots, her winged shoes up, so that way I can try and see if I can steal one of these Master Smiths. I would like to do that very much. I also... I'll point that out later. But... I think that the Hydromancer, yeah. Nabab bought the Hydromancer. And I don't know if he was trying to get him killed or what he was doing with him. But there he is. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. Does fail to win the battle, but oh, Olm attacked Nabah. Oh, so Nabah actually won this with the Hydromancer. That's fascinating. What's this dude's? I think this dude's also spitting out fire elementals, isn't he? Yep. Woo! Fire elementals. Hooray. Interesting that he stacks those. So he has 10 fire resist just for having that much. Just for having that much fire magic? Really? Huh. Alright. Well, that's fine. So that's kind of what we got going on there. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and siege that bad boy down. Gather up our troopers. And yeah, we're gonna send a little crew with these two to go take this province back, because that's ours. And that's gonna be nice. And we're gonna go ahead and begin our push into Ulmish territory pretty soon with these guys. This big fat army's gonna move on over. Otherwise, not really a ton else going on. Over here, we're gonna send in this our Iron Angel. One important thing to note is that we did put the Firebrand on him, so that way it would do more damage to the vampires. Make sure we knock those guys out. Still, we don't have much on the border, but we do have a nap 3, and like we could concentrate like some forces pretty quick if we needed to. So, and we're gonna go ahead and drop this little bad boy right here, and that's gonna feel nice for us. And I think that's realistically all that happens in turn 72. Sending out this lady to go seduce. Forge endless something. Oh. Endless bag of wine or whatever? Yeah, we start making endless bags of wine. I don't know where we're doing it. But somewhere in the world we start forging these damn things. Like, there's another one. There we go. There's some more. So that way we can start to actually calm everything down and stop starving our people to death. I think even right here, no? Okay. Well, that's what we're doing. So we kind of got a little bit of that going on, so that way everyone can stop starving to death, which we would like. And then we're going to go ahead and begin our full-throated invasion of Ulm. So let's go ahead and hop on over to turn 73. Turn 73. Hooray! So, Vanheim, Trapper John. I guess he's a fan of MASH. Throne of Bureaucracy. Okay. Got some augury going on. Doesn't find anything. Feynman, Call of the Wild. Yeah. Here we got some more shenanigans going on. This time with a victory. Spectral Mage, huh? What's he doing with this bad boy? Nope. That's interesting. Do Spectral Mages... I'm gonna need to look into what they do. Do they generate these guys? If they do, I might want to do something with this. Because, like, these guys have, like, really good, like, magic resist. The protection kind of sucks, but... decent hit points and magic resist? I don't know. Probably need to look into that. These dudes are pretty obnoxious, but they do stuff. Oh, look at this. Got himself a little crown. Must have enslaved that guy or something. Gifts from heaven. Wow. Oof. Don't these dudes hate fire? I guess they don't. These guys regenerate HP? Oh, no, their attack is a life drain attack. Huh. Alright. Well, there you go. So, he's got a little bit of that going on with some spooky ghosts. Lost a couple of them, though, but, you know. Yeah, I retook this province, no big deal. Some shenanigans going on with Ulm. Still pushing in to end. More stuff going on. Finally, the Hydromancer goes down. He ran out of gems, I believe. I think he ran out of water gems, if I recall correctly. Yeah, he doesn't have any water gems left, so he's just gonna be like, woo! Yeah! Get fucked! That frozen heart, though. Oh, liquefy, look at that. If he'd have cast liquefy again, he might have killed him. He might have routed them, but he didn't. Put 4 of them, though, so, hey. You know. Here's where I went and fought the vampires. So, you can see with the firebrand, gonna do a lot of work up against these. Let's see. Lightning strike. Yeah, you can see every time the firebrand hits, it don't play. Boop. Took a little bit of damage. Yeah. There you go. Nice. Okay. So, he's gonna fly on over here and retake that province. I don't know why I was so captivated by that. I was like, oh, look at him go. So, over here, some more fightiness going around with Ulm and Nabah. So we can see all that. This is a little mini battle where not a lot happens. Oh, this is actually a much bigger battle than I thought it was going to be. This was me trying to take the throne. So this is what he had defending the throne. Not a lot of actual mages. So you can see lots of spells going down. Ow! Alright. Lots of spells going down. Here come the flyers. Some guys getting to the rear. You can see my boys on the front line are all getting their weapons of sharpness going, which is going to be pretty hot, especially once they've also got Strength of Giants on them. Like, whew, 21 damage piercing? I mean, armor piercing? Good luck. So that's going to help them cut those boys up pretty good. You can also see Thunder Strikes coming in, doing quite a bit. And, yeah, we basically take care of this like it's no big deal. Very nice. So, if we look here, lost one Mother of Avalon, a couple other dudes, killed 200 enemy. Very nice. So we took that throne, no big deal, no big deal. Yep. Had some events occur, found a little bit of gold, found a little bit more. I can't get over luck, man. Luck is so much better than I gave it credit for being. So much better. Luck 3 is insane. You just get 1,000 gold all the time. Especially like once you get into late game, you have all these provinces where it might occur. You just like every other turn, it's like, I mean that's insane. That's a big boon. Like, whew. You can see my income's very high. Part of that's because of Well Misery. You can see right here, finally, my supply usage has gone under the number of supplies. And I'm going to go ahead and start sending in troops with bags of wine over to here. And we're going to go ahead and start our full-throated invasion. Hooray! We're going to go ahead and invade the Dastardly Fiends of Ulm and actually try to take some territory. Now, I did end up taking this. So, I took this and I gave Ulm 30 water gems. I'm scared of murdering Winter. But hopefully that doesn't show up terribly soon. But I gave him 30 water gems because I figured he doesn't have a lot of water mages. I know he spent a lot of... He gave that mercenary a lot of water gems, so I'm kind of hoping he doesn't have a huge water income. So I'm kind of hoping that murdering Winter is not going to be like a thing he's going to do a lot of. But we'll have to wait and see. We're sending in a bunch of troops who's going to have bunches of gems. And we're going to begin our mighty invasion into Ulm. Our Iron Angel took this province, so we can feel good about that again. And yeah, we went ahead and took this province. And somewhere in the world is... Somewhere should be our Mound Fiend. Maybe not. A very strong part of me believed he was here. Oh, I guess he isn't here because I have Sinowolf, and Sinowolf lives forever, right? He just gets wounded a lot. He just has a limp, and he's weakened, and he's got a chest wound. But other than that, he's doing great. And he's gonna claim this province. So Throne of Air, which is nice. You know, Wind Masters are not really very good. You know, what does Storm Immunity do? Freaking nothing. So there's not really a lot. But it's going to give us some spread on our Dominion, which is nice. It's going to give air shield to the blessed troops, which is 3 air gems a turn. Pretty good, though. Pretty into the 3 air gems a turn. Pretty into that. Then we went ahead and purchased a bunch of lightless lanterns from Ulm because Ulm was selling them. And he was like, I don't need these. And I figured better that I have them than someone else have them. That was my logic. I'm also going to go ahead and put all these dudes onto... They're all on Preach or Defend right now. I'm sad I didn't put the daughters on. There's no way I just let the daughters sit there. I must have put them on. I guess maybe I didn't. But I would have imagined I would have checked them and made sure I put them on research. But maybe not. In any event, that's pretty much it for turn 73. So we're just well over time. But let's go ahead and get to turn 74. I'm doing 5 turns. I'm doing it. So we're going to have to move a little quickly. So let's hop on over to turn 74. The Night's Watch with another stunning victory. We got a ton of Lightless Lanterns. Got 10 of them. Some Call of the Wild. Awakened Vinemen. Some more units died on the march. We can see another little fight going on here. Ulm attacked Nabab, but got repelled. So that's too bad for him. Not really much of a loss. Mine's Despair, there was nothing there. So not really a big deal. Here we have some more of these stupid elves stomping around killing stuff. So that's exciting. I went ahead and took this province from Nabab. And we got a bunch of gems. And that's cool. What would have been occurred? Blood magic rituals were cheaper. So that's exciting news. So now we've got this big fat army right here. And now our supply usage is way down now that we've got those endless bags of wine. One important thing to note that we also did is we forged ourselves the Tempest. So that away Storm gets cast like that. And that's going to prevent that flying shit from happening. So now we don't have to worry about those flyers getting all up and amongst our casters and killing everybody. So that's going to be a big help. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. And now we can just go ahead and just start moving forward against Ulm. Otherwise, not really a lot else is happening. Still continuing to move troops. Yeah. Putting all these dudes on research and trying to get that Alteration 9. So now that I've got my my Night's Watch all full blown on research, we're going to get up to about 2,400 research a turn, which is very good. And that should get us into Army of Gold territory. And Army of Lead. Is there anything else I'd really want out of Alteration 9? I don't think so. Not really. Tartarian... this is not Alteration 9. Nope. Nothing else I really want out of that. What does Arcane Domination do? That fucks up magical creatures, right? Yes. So, we got all that going on. Lots of research happening. We've claimed this throne, so our air gym income has gone up. So, we're pretty hyped about that. If we take a look at our actual Dominion, it's a score of 8. So that's all right. And we're going to go ahead and start taking provinces. And also, you can see I'm building a couple of little temples here and there. And I'm going to start building a couple of them just to try and kind of pump up my Dominion to try and get it up to that 10, which would be great. You can see here that I've actually got quite a bit of doggy boys. I'm going to use them as kind of raiding force, kind of pushing them forward and kind of seeing if I can't get some raiding done. Moving these troops on over to here. That's really all I got going on. Not a lot else that's terribly exciting. From here, who did I move across the frickin' world? Honest to God, I don't know. Oh, it's my my Mound Fiend. I gave him the boots of 7 mile stride, and I'm going to march him on over to here. With the idea being that if I take this throne, I'm going to want him to claim it. Otherwise, everybody else is just moving on out. We're just moving the troops for a big fat invasion. You can see I've got another Banner of the Damned, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that on into this main army. Just a big scary fist that I'm going to drop on home. And I'm going to start eating up these lands. So that's what we got going on there. And let's go ahead and jump on over to turn. Yeah, nothing else is happening there. Oh, interesting. So someone actually dispelled one of Ulm's, what was it, the Deep Blood Earth Well or whatever it's called. Looks like somebody dispelled it, so that's interesting. Otherwise, don't see much else. So, with that, let's go ahead and hop on over to turn 74. I want to get 5 turns in. I always want to do 5 turns. Bang. Okay. So, Vineman again, right? We're summoning another Flame Spirit. So, we did finally seduce somebody. So, something I do want to show, but if you'll remember, a turn ago, Nabah was actually sieging Marignan, and I had told Nabah, I was like, listen, don't siege Marignan, because I want to go and take some Master Smiths from there, and he did it anyway because he forgot. And I was like, but he left, so I could siege it again. Now, some more dudes died marching, but like not a lot, so I don't really terribly care. Here we've got another shenaniganry. Nabah losing a trooper here, and some ghouls, which is not really a big deal. Here we have Ulm still messing around with Fascia. He does have the King of Flames, right? He does have the King of Flames. And so and this is one of his bigger armies, you can see that he's got all these black priests and stuff. So if we take a look, this is his big army that I think he used to kill Marignan with. Yeah, see, he's got the luck thing going down. And you can see, just watch this is cool. The war bows. And then the iron blizzards. Look at that. Yeah. That is not going to beat my army, but it would be very annoying. Especially because I have double-checked this, and Arrowfiend does work against Iron Blizzard. So that would kind of screw with him pretty hard. But he's got King of Flames and that sort of thing. So it's around this point that I start doing something a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and start sieging this up. And let me see, is this the turn where I start getting scared? Maybe it's next turn. Yeah. So this is the turn where I start getting scared. And you'll start seeing all my water mages, basically. I have them forge this item, the Demon Bane. Now, why are they all forging the Demon Bane? Well, it's pretty simple. Because Dominions is not a terribly balanced game. Okay? It's just not. It's a fun game. got a lot of variety in it, a lot of interesting things, not terribly balanced. And one of the things that is not balanced that I actually think, like, I really wish they'd nerf, is the spell, which is Flames from the Sky. So Flames from the Sky costs you 30 fire gems, which is quite a bit. And it hits half of your army. Half of it. Half! Not like, okay, so like, there's a nature version of this that I think is enchantment, I want to say. Maybe not. Alteration? Anyway, Thaumaturgy? There's a spell called Beckoning. Aha! Which requires a level 5 nature mage, right? So same strength. 10 less fire gems only hits 20 dudes. I mean, 10 less gems only hits 20 dudes. Now, nature gems are actually considered more valuable than fire gems, but even still, it only hits 50 dudes. Sorry, not 20. It's 50 dudes. Plus 5 per additional level of caster, which, I mean, you're not going to have a ton of mages that are going to have more than 5. I mean, you might hit 60 dudes. It's like, that's a pretty, I mean, Beckoning, like, this is not, and it's like, also, they have to be in a forest, you know? And it's like, okay, Beast Mastery. That's the spell I cast to convert his scorpions. But, like, anyway, so, this spell that I hate, although Beckoning would actually be pretty good against Ulm. But this spell that I hate, where is it? Flames from the Sky. Does 15 piercing damage, hits half your army. Half of them. Right? Most likely, the majority of units present in the camp will die from this powerful attack. Only half of the target province's army can be expected to be struck by the flames. It's like 15 armor piercing damage is quite a bit. Now, is it the end of the world? Like, against, like, you know, let's take a look at my Landless Knights. Okay, well, this guy's actually hurt. 12 HP, okay. So this guy's got 16 HP, so half is going to be 8. So 15 minus 8, you're only looking at 7 points of damage. Most of these guys will survive that. Right? Vast majority of my guys are going to survive getting hit by that. The real problem are mages. No protection. 9 HP. This will kill the majority of mages it hits. And devastate my army. Like, my army gets annihilated by this. And this is actually kind of the reason why a lot of people consider human nations to be kind of weak in the late game, is specifically because of this spell and Murdering Winter. Because they're both spells that do flat damage, and most of the time, human nations just don't have enough HP to survive it. And so you just get your mages wiped out. This is a real frickin' problem. So, what I do is I start getting all my water mages to forge a Demon's Bane. So what does that look like? Well, it gives you 15 fire resist and 5 HP. For only 5 water gems. Water gems are something I have a lot of. I can basically make 5 of these a turn. Pretty good. And so, I just need, I mean, that's where my water gems are going to go. I mean, I'm basically just, for the rest of the game, I'm probably just going to be making Demon Banes. Because that is how important this is, to equip as many mages as I can with this. Because I am terrified of this happening. And I thought about it. And I figured that the odds are probably pretty good that he's got this spell. I think the odds are actually probably pretty good that Ulm has this spell. And being that, like, I've seen he's got a King of Elemental Fire, like, I'm like, I bet he's got one in Ulm. And now that I'm getting close to Ulm, I'm actually going to go ahead and start worrying about that. So what I'm going to start doing is, this dude's, I don't remember how he got over here. Maybe he flipped out, because Tartarians flip out. But I'm going to start sending in troops, like these guys and stuff, over to here. And I'm going to start forging as many fire banes as demon banes as I can. And I'm also going to forge, I don't think I start this turn. But I am going to start forging, yeah, these rings of fire to protect from what I think will be inevitable. I'm also going to forge the Red Dragon Scale Mail. God, this is a long-ass video. But I'm going to forge the Red Dragon Scale Mail. Hopefully it's not a boring video. So that away, my very, very important, liches don't get smoked. Right? Because liches are susceptible to fire. But if you give them the Red Dragon Scale Mail and the Ring of Fire, it gives them like a massive fire resist boost. Because I think it's like... How much is it? Yeah, this gives 15, and then you're going to have another 15 on top of that, so you're getting 30 plus. So they're going to have 25 resist, so it's going to be like awesome sauce. The rings aren't as good, obviously, because they don't grant the HP. The fire resistance rings aren't as good as the Demon Bane, but they are going to help. And they will generally shut down, because like that means that in order to kill even like this chick who has 7 HP, so she's pretty weak, it means you have to roll 7 over the damage output, right? Because it's just 15 damage plus a DRN roll. And so you'd have to roll basically 7 over. So, well, let me take a look at this again. He probably powers up his guys a little bit, I would imagine. Plus 1 damage, so probably have to roll like 5 or 6 over. You know, at least 5 or 6 over the rival DRN roll to kill a mage like this. And so that's a big deal. Now, so I'm going to go ahead and gearing up for that because I think that is an inevitability. So my plan is probably going to be something like take this castle, run, and gear up. This wasn't a big battle, was it? No, there's nothing here. I don't even know if he has an army here realistically, but we're going to storm the castle this turn. And, yeah. We're going to now start, by the way, taking this army, the Night's Watch, and start moving them into another place in my territory because I'm not planning to go to war with Nabaa anytime soon. I think that Phaeacia, or whatever, the sailors would be foolish to go to war with me. He doesn't know this, but I've got the boat. I could probably make several more boats, to be honest with you. And just sail my troops across this ocean and just go sit on his cap and be like, oh, yeah, you're a cool guy, huh? So I'm not really scared of him. So I think he'd be a fool to go to war with me. Like, I just don't think he's got... I mean, he's got a lot of provinces that actually generate a lot of income, but... Because of all these coastal provinces. But, score graph, income... Where is he? Yeah, his income is not quite as good as mine, but it's still very good. He's going to have a lot of death magic too, but again, I have answers to death. So, we'll see how that goes. All generally very scary though. But, hey, the war goes on. Next turn 76, we're going to go ahead and storm this castle here, see if we can take it. And we're going to start gearing up to try and protect ourselves from flames from afar, or flames from the sky, or whatever the frick it's called. Anyway, that has been a very long episode, but we did knock out 5 turns. So, I've been the Last Pretender. I'll see you guys next time.